Hey everyone, I'm Chris. Welcome to my channel. This is my very first video, an introduction about myself and Finni's finest. So here goes. Throughout my entire life, I've been scared. I've been scared to put myself out there, to do social media, to really show who I am to others. I grew up in a single parent household and my dad walked out on my mom and me when I was just 4 years old, never to be seen again. As a result, I've struggled, not with feelings of being good enough, but deeper feelings of being worth less. And when you feel worth less as a person, you insulate yourself from other people's criticisms. You don't put yourself out there in fear of those feelings being validated. On the surface, you'd never know I had these feelings. I've achieved moderate success through various jobs and investments, but it was always to try and prove to myself and others that I was worth something, anything. But there's been no outer goal I've reached that makes those negative feelings go away. I've done a lot of work on myself over the last decade, but especially over the last year, reading dozens and dozens of books, listening to podcasts, taking classes, developing strong habits, and learning how to turn my life around, one day at a time. So, why am I doing all of this now? In 2021, my oldest daughter, Finni, was diagnosed with celiac disease and lactose intolerance shortly after her first birthday. Gluten in wheat was causing an autoimmune reaction that was attacking her digestive system and body's ability to absorb nutrients. I'm ashamed to admit it, but I didn't take food allergies or celiac disease seriously up until that point. And after her diagnosis, I had to completely change my beliefs overnight. We had to switch to a gluten-free diet and take her off of whole milk. When I started doing the research though, I found that plant-based milks currently on the market were packed full of oils, and each milk by itself was okay, but not nutritionally complete. For example, oat milk has carbohydrates but no protein, coconut milk has fat but no protein, and pea milk has protein but no fat. So, I had to buy all three and started mixing them into her bottles to get a complete profile of carbohydrates, fat, and protein. I did this for 9 months and finally decided that if this was a big enough problem for me, then it must be a big enough problem for others as well. I started Finni's Finest in 2022 and launched to a local farmer's market in Wisconsin, making small 5-gallon batches at a time out of a commercial kitchen. Now, we are on the verge of launching on a bigger scale. I knew nothing about a food company when I started, and I still don't know much, but I'm trying to learn every day. Ways to improve myself and ways to improve the business. There are so many brilliant people out there, far more brilliant than I could ever be. Most of the content on this channel will be taking what I've learned from their books, podcasts, and papers, things that I personally found interesting, things I've incorporated into my own life or want to incorporate over time, and putting my own spin on it with these cooking videos using our products. I'll be sharing these along with the experiences I'm going through in trying to get Finni's Finest to be a viable business. I'll be sharing wins, losses, ups, downs, frustrations, and things I have learned along the way. I am so far from perfect. I've made so many mistakes throughout my life, especially as a teenager and young adult. I've got a speech impediment tied to ADHD, where I talk too fast and mumble. I've had a dad bod for a lot longer than I've been a dad, and I still somehow get pimples on my face, even though I'm well into my 30s. I'm also not a great cook, so I'll be approaching these recipes like a novice, just a regular guy trying a new recipe. But I'm doing my best. I know I'm on the right path by putting myself out there. I truly believe that self-care is the most selfless thing that we can do. Because when we take care of ourselves, we can show up better for our spouses, kids, coworkers, family, and friends. That's why I'm doing this. For myself, for them, for anyone else who wants to learn with me. It would mean so much to me if you subscribed and followed me along this journey. Thank you. I've been working on this video all day. I'll see how it goes. It's pretty good.